Let's try to get some analysis now. We're joined in the studio by Jacques Reland, an expert on European economics from the Global Policy Institute. Thank you very much for joining us. First of all, how prepared is the Eurozone for a recession?
Well, the degree of preparation depends on the countries. I think some countries will have a really tough time next year. We can see that Italy, for example, which already has a growth which is 5% lower than the previous term, but actually 0.9% lower than the same quarter last year, and with a debt already of 104% of its GDP, so, and a huge trade deficit. It will be very bad in Italy. I think Spain will be quite bad. I think the two main economies of the Eurozone, which are France and Germany, which accounts for 50% of the GDP of the Eurozone, will have a fairly sluggish growth. In the case of Germany is already in a recession, two bad quarters, while France has avoided the recession. It's been a blip this year of 0.1%. But I think that even there the problems won't be that bad in Germany and France.
Let's talk about Germany later, because of course Germany is key to the Eurozone. But France has sort of bucked the trend of the recession so far. Is that just a quirk? Or are they doing something right? It's
not a quirk. What they're doing right is that first they were less exposed to the credit crunch due to the fact that the savings ratio of households is quite good, and we've seen household consumption has held up. It grew by 0.2% in the other quarter. Firms also are in a fairly good financial position, have kept on investing and will carry on, but even though now, given the international climate and the lack of foreign demand, their investment will probably go down in the next few months. The bad side of France is the trade deficit, which is high, but the main thing is that in France, the debt level of households is far less high than in a country like Britain. In Britain, the debt level is 173% of the disponible income. In France, it's 70%. So, and the savings ratio in Germany and France is above 10%, while here is below 1%.
Well, let's focus on Germany now. Biggest economy in the Eurozone. Does Germany need to heal before the rest of the Eurozone can even think about getting back on track?
It would be important, and that's the problem. Germany is, in my opinion, partly culpable for the extent of a recession in the Eurozone, because Germany has spent the last few years trying to improve its competitiveness and has not done anything to improve the demand from its consumers, because in Germany they've been compressing wages in order to make their businesses firmer. But what's the point of having very competitive businesses if there's nobody to buy your goods? And we can see already that the trade surplus is still high, but the trade prospects are not very good. And unfortunately for Germany, the main engine of growth has been foreign trade, where domestic demand has not played its part. In France, domestic demand has played its part. It's about time that Germany boosted its household demand, its consumer demand, in order to actually buck its own trend and to help the rest of the Eurozone.
Jacques Reland from the Global Policy Institute, thank you very much for speaking to us.